Hello, good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this webinar on occupational health and safety insight made easy. I'm going to be your host. My name is Jose Baños. I'm a go-to-market specialist for QuickSight, responsible for US and Latin America. And I'm thrilled to be here alongside with our experts presenters. I have here today Alex Cabrera, CEO from Prevsis, and Harvey Rosas, its CTO. And together we're going to explore the groundbreaking solution provided by Prevsis. So excited to be here with you today. And so let's jump into the conversation. I would like this to be conversational. And to start, I was reading recently about a book about marketing, and I was reading about the term crossing the chasm, which is when products move from early adopters to become consolidated products. And I have seen Prevsis' journey from beginning, from being a software service provider to become an international provider with international awardings as well, and basically becoming a leader in the HS and ESG sector. Especially in the data management in health and safety sector. So I want to start, if you don't mind, with you, Alex, asking you if you could describe or tell us a little bit more about this journey, about Prevsis' journey.
Well, thank you very much, Jose. Well, first of all, it's a pleasure to be here with you, and we are very excited to share some of our solution and how we've been working together with Harvey to share this information, tips, and all the insights on the implementation in terms of workplace health and safety and how to manage ESG data. So, and this journey has been certainly a remarkable transformation for our company, evolving from being a service provider to be a specialist in specific areas such as health and safety at workplace and ESG management. Is just such a hard, tough journey, and understanding that we are soon entering the US market, and is years, of course, of dedication of the team, and we need to understand operational tasks. We need to understand how things are done on the ground, where everyone is actually working, and where the technological challenges come close to the persons on site. So, and this is very much different in each industry. Everything from the heavy mining, manufacturing industry and verticals to high technological verticals such as telecommunications and other like retail and service industries. So it's been remarkable how much information we need to gather in order to not only create a product to cross that chasm, but also to actually make it work, and make it work with the customers that we both share.
Awesome. And you mentioned very diverse sector that you can provide your software to, but this is a very consolidated market. This is a very traditional market, the health and safety market. Then I will ask, what is different? What makes Prevsis' solution different? What is unique? What you offer that is that other providers are not offering? And maybe Harvey, maybe you can take this question. You can decide.
Sure. Oh, well, thank you. I'm truly honored to be in this company. To your question, Prevsis' approach has been focused on key challenges, such as creating data highway and data pipelines for our customers, so they're able to take informed decisions. We also make it easy for them to customize the workflows into Prevsis, redefining the solution landscape by offering unparalleled flexibility and advanced analytics to our strongholds, features that traditionally will take months or years to develop. We characterize ourselves to be customer-centric, every single feature that we have put into our solution has been developed either because a client asked us or in order to solve some practical problems of several of them. We make possible that organizations and consultants focus on compliance and the end results, and thus reducing the risk of work.
I like that you mentioned customer obsession. I think I have been working with you for the last couple of years, and I have seen many similitudes between AWS core principles and Prevsis. And since we are talking about AWS, I recently watched a video with where Jeff Bezos, he was talking about two different type of companies. Those companies who are missionaries and companies which are mercenaries. And he said that he only wants to buy companies, missionary companies. So, as I said, I have seen you grow, and I have seen your capacity or capabilities to innovate, to look always for the last solution to help your customers. And I think you are definitely a missionary company. And then my question would be, if you could share something about what is Prevsis' mission.
Well, I can take that, Harvey, because I mean, our mission is to actually establish ourselves as a trusted partner for our customers, and this is not only be trusted by our customers, but actually making sure that they are comfortable with us, not only with us, the persons working at the company, making sure that they receive what they pay for, but actually lowering the technology implementation cost, save time on analytics deployment, as well as improve continuously the technology and the functionality we have on the platform. So all our research, as Harvey mentioned, is focused on helping our customers. That's our main focus. And if we can understand what they're trying to convey to us, and we can actually make sure that that comes out in the next release, that is going to really reduce risk at work. And also, if we look at long term, not only this year, but when we plan next year's budget, if our technology can help customers to actually make better decisions on the budget allocation due to high quality data, then that's where we want to be.
I love that about making better decisions, because basically that's what I'm trying to explain all my customers every single day. So I'm glad that you brought this to the conversation. So thank you so much for this introduction. So because now whoever didn't know about Prevsis, now they know a little bit more about Prevsis. But let's delve into the tools and solutions that Prevsis offers. Can you provide an overview at high level? Of course, we don't need to go into too much details, or unless you want to. So could you please share some of the key features that participants or viewers of this webinar will explore during this session?
Yeah, for sure. I can dare to mention at least three. There are key ingredients that are important for any customer in our field. Those would be configuration flexibility, data integration, and analytics, especially advanced analytics.
That's great. And since you mentioned the ingredients, I'm excited to see what we can cook with these ingredients. So we could start with the first one that you mentioned, flexibility. Why do you think it's so important, this term, this ingredient that you mentioned, flexibility, in the HS and ESG management?
Well, Jose, we've seen so many different configurations within HS, health and safety, and even environmental management systems, and that they are we all work with the same. We care all about people and about every person that goes to work every day. Nevertheless, the way of working, the processes are quite different in different regions, in different countries. Legislation and initiatives are different. Is quite different between a large company and a small company. So everything and everything about this is constantly evolving. So what companies need is full flexibility to actually build their own management systems. And this is why we have created a no-code interface, so our customers, with their own knowledge and their own experience and their own consultants, so they can build their own system, a Lego-like tailor-made software that they can continue growing into. And that therefore that reduces actually month of um, work in terms of implementation, functional implementations. The customer is the best person to know what they need. So keeping that workflow in the company, making sure that we deliver technology that is easy to use, then that's the first step to the three key points that Harvey mentioned. We can actually show a little bit about that if you like.
I'll be glad to see it.
So as you can see, this is really easy for customers, everything from their menus to how they connect each one of the views they have on the software uh, can be implemented. We can have 1, 2, 10 different pillars for each one of the situations the customer needs in order to grow the system. If you want to create one more pillar with something new, then you will do it in such an interface. Meaning that if you have each one of these menus can be connected to a form or to a tool that we deliver. If we can do that, then we have done the first part. We don't need to adapt to the software adapts to the customer. So the customer can use several type of different of forms. They can be lists, they can be normal forms, so they can multiple forms in different steps. So you can choose from a library you have previously created, and you can choose 1, 2, 3 type of forms, and that makes it so easy for the customers to build their own flavor of the technology based on their processes, based on their own way of doing things. So as you can see, it's as easy as that. You have to do very little clicks in order to actually retrieve and make sure that the implementation is done properly from day one.
I like it. If I may say it, this is somehow like a democratizing the building of your own solution. You don't need to, like in a traditional way, like open a ticket with certain department who will open a ticket with the company, and that company or the provider will go and build it for you. You are giving the customer the access to build it by themselves. But I will also highlight something that you mentioned, that is people first. So I like this combination of no code, but keeping in mind that the most important thing is people. People are the most important thing. And about no code, it is a trend. We have seen even in the AWS we have a SageMaker, Canvas no code, and so it's. I love that you are adopting that within your tool as well. But let's move into the second ingredient that Harvey mentioned before, which is the data integration. Uh, Harvey, could you tell our audience how Prevsis streamlines data integration and why this is essential for the health and safety data management?
Absolutely, Jose. Comprehensive data integration is the foundation of an efficient HS and ESG management. Prevsis simplifies this, considering data integration from various sources, allowing organizations to effortlessly centralize their information. Risk implies the more information we have, the better the risk evaluation process will be. So interconnection between information, that's the key. Since an unified overview enables better decision making and it provides a complete picture of the whole operation. In truth, our user can connect many of their sources. We're not trying to be the unique solution, we integrate it with other environments, either in-house or cloud. We may have the flexibility of different modules, so you can use only 1, 2, or 3, or the plus 18 modules that we have, and integrate with different sources that can be from IoT devices, other SaaS solutions, or even your own integrated solution in your company that allows our customers to have centralized information. It could be Prevsis decentralized information, as well as their own data lakes, for example. We have as well a big data ecosystem, because we understand that in these multiple data sources, we may have human-to-human communication, or human-to-machine, or machine-to-machine communication, and we enrich the data in these 3-layer data, which are the bronze, the silver, and the gold layer. All the security, metadata management, monitoring, data encryption goes there. And afterwards, we have the data ready for consumption, either for a machine learning model or a data visualization, QuickSight dashboard, or database applications, and so on and so forth.
I think what you're also trying to say here is that you are helping your customers to become more agile, to optimize their processes, and at the end, that's time, which is money, so they are saving costs using this no-code tool. Let's move into the third topic, the third or ingredient that you mentioned, which is everybody's talking about artificial intelligence. But many people talk about artificial intelligence and they think that this is about ChatGPT. And it's not all about ChatGPT. There are way more things out there than ChatGPT. So how does Prevsis leverage AI to extract critical information and provide valuable insights, which is what we're looking for the HS?
Excellent question, Jose. Prevsis uses the power of AI to extract critical information from documents and images as well. And since we are embedded QuickSight, we are able to use QuickSight capabilities, like, for instance, forecasting. So all our dashboards that you can interact with can have these sort of features. For example, you can see different objects and different plots that you interact, for instance, with pivot tables. You can filter with one click, and every single graphical object or table will take that filter, as well as if you filter in the upper controls. So you can explore the data and make it your own. We have several different graphical options, and we can customize these options. With years of experience on multiple sectors, we're able to take the best of the industry's standards and being able to formulate tailor-made solutions in terms of data products as BI dashboards, in order to maximize the impact that a well-written solution may have.
I'm really amazed with your solution and how do you integrate different visualization, how you integrate with your own no-code development tool. And you showed, I work for QuickSight, obviously, so you showed some QuickSight dashboard. So let me ask you about a customizable dashboard and how Prevsis enable organizations to visualize the data uniquely through QuickSight.
Certainly. Let's take an example, for instance, of one of the dashboards that I showed before. Say that you want to modify something of that dashboard. So we allow customers not to offer the dashboard, finished dashboard, but to edit it themselves. So they have the power to modify or include a key metric that it wasn't included in that previously.
Also, that's fantastic, especially for organizations looking to optimize their data. So you can focus really in what is important, what matter. So let's say you can get the gold and dispose all the dirty soil. But we are talking, and correct me, about a very highly regulated market. The HS and ESG is a highly regulated market. So compliance is a very big piece of this market. So how does Prevsis help your customer organizations to simplify all the compliance, all their regulatory requirements, especially because, and I think you mentioned at the beginning of the conversation, you are working in multiple different countries, and each country has a different regulation. Even in some countries, like I'm from Spain, even every single region has different regulations. So how how does Prevsis help organizations to simplify that?
Well, Jose, that's a great question because is difficult. It's normally a country, even a region within a country, will have different legislations, and they're coming all the time. They're new, they are revised, and they continue coming along the way to actually have companies to comply with them. So what we do is basically we try to simplify, uh, try to make sure that companies do not duplicate activities. So do once, use it for all the initiatives that you need to comply with. So that's very simple. We try to simplify things for our customers. And having said that, it's not only streamlining the input process of the information, but also having to streamline the information, the reporting process. And that is critical for compliance. If you can understand with simple graphics, with exporting the information, how you're achieving each one of your goals within each initiative, as well as complying to the local regulations, then you can follow that. That is the important part. Imagine a company that has sites all over Latin America and even other regions. This is something that is becoming more and more challenging for companies. So we are trying to create the no code input part, the data pipeline, and afterwards, of course, the practicality of the reporting.
Awesome. I like that. Do one, use many. And talking about different regions, I live in the U.S. in Oregon. So U.S. is also an example where each state probably has a different regulations. So I think the Prevsis solution it's great for market like U.S. for example as well. And we have been talking for a while now, but imagine that someone is joining the webinar right now. So if you could uh, just give us a glimpse of how these tools, perhaps these tools, are practically applied in the real world scenarios. I think that would be great, like kind of like a summary.
Yeah, sure, Jose. We've been working a lot with customers to actually make sure that it helps them, and we created hundreds of different type of different results and dashboards for the information. As you can see on the slide, we've shown in this very simple but powerful plot that we can, in the real scenario, we can see a customer lowering the accident results from a two-digit number to a less than a digit number in results by 2023. So that means saving millions of dollars for our customers. That means that we can add information from other parts of the system to enrich the informed decision process and also change the company culturally. So, having said that, we today in real life we are trying to find where the customer is exposed to risk, not only of accidents work in the workplace, but other type of risk is becoming ever more important for having to understand how the company is doing and how uh, more sustainability will be the path to go for these companies.
I like this chart as you mentioned because here at the end of the day we are talking about human lives as you have explained and accidents. So you are decreasing that 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 curve, and which is saving costs for the companies, but saving human lives at the end of the day. But at the same time, with your solution, you are also providing a better time to market because the customer itself is going to be able to build their own solution. So you are saving also money for the company using your solution and saving also costs because you are saving or preventing incidents. So I love the combination of both. Well, thank you so much, Alex and Harvey, for providing valuable insights into Prevsis and its innovative solutions for HS and ESG. With that, I think we have reached out the end of the webinar, but I think we have a few questions from the audience coming. If we are not able, obviously, we are not going to be able to answer all the questions, but if there are questions not answered, I will recommend to reach out to Prevsis directly. But looking into the chat for some question, there is one I think is interesting, and it's asking how much time does it take from go from zero to fully implemented using Prevsis?
Well, thank you, Jose. It's been wonderful to be in this session and this webinar. We look forward, of course, as you mentioned, to answer all the questions to anyone that wants to reach out to us. And these questions are always hard to answer. How much time does it take to implement? Because this is one of the key challenges for companies such as ours. It takes as much time as to companies need for understanding how to create the menus and the forms to actually make sure that that works. Integrating is made easy. Putting up the API, working with the APIs. So normally a company might be up and running in a couple of days, or if there is other type of implementations and integrations, it might be much longer depending on the size of the company.
Yeah, it makes sense. There is another one which I think is very interesting, especially because we are talking about data, we are talking about sensitive data. So what about data ownership?
Well, data ownership, I'll take that one because it's right on my alley. Well, that's a key component for us. Our philosophy has been and always will be the ownership of the data is our clients, it's not own. It's their data, and we have to protect it and we have to make it available. We have to enrich it so they can take informed decisions, but it's their own and there will always be their own.
Got it. And there is another question. Someone is mentioning that by 2022 there were 98 zettabyte of data created. So how to deal with historical data? So someone is asking about how to deal with historical data.
Well, yeah, historical data is always an interesting challenge for the implementations, especially when you want to have a continuous timeline. So first of all, if we look at this type of implementations of software, you might have different parts in time where you have to put all the data together. So you have to do a couple of things. You have to clean it up, you have to make sense of it, and it has to be in the right place. So companies have large organizations have different areas, so all that has to make sense in order to put them in a very nice dashboard, so we can continue with that dashboard with new data. So we do that, and we help ourselves with technology as well. We work with AI to not only suggest reclassification, but also make sure that the information is where it belongs in the timeline of the customers and in the area where it makes sense. So it's a tough one, but at the same time, it can be done in order to make sure that historical data is actually part of the new informed decision.
Awesome. I think we have time for two more questions, and one of them I'm going to pick that one because, as I said, I'm from QuickSight. So, viewer is asking about how many dashboard can we use or have.
Oh, that's a good one, and that's the beauty of it, because there is no limit. I mean, what we have seen are there as As soon as our customers have a set of dashboards, no matter what the quantity might be, it could be 10, 15, 20s. As soon as they have them, after a while, they will like more or different ones or adapt ones. And that's exactly what we want. We want them to be able to answer questions, their own questions with our dashboards, but as well to ask more questions. And in that process, we'll continue to improve the data visualization and the data storytelling. But in all, there's no limit.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. Last one obviously has to be about AI. So, person in the audience is asking about how to include or build AI projects or initiatives with Prevsis.
Harvey, are you going to answer that one?
No, sure. I mean, it's our bread and butter. I mean, because that's what we do. Yes, of course, we focus on data management, but people confuse AI and with only tools like ChatGPT. The beauty of AI is the beauty of having impact decisions, information that you can have decisions that will impact not only predictions, not only classification or reclassification, not only chatbots, but put it all the information together in actionable information. I don't know if Alex, you want to add more than that.
Well, I mean, it's a little bit more than only working with transformers and only
Mm.
working with a bunch of text. It's actually making sense of the information. So you might do a lot of machine learning or deep learning, but at the same time, does it go the right way with the customer? Does it really help?
Mm.
So I think tools like GPT have done a wonderful job in actually promoting intelligence in terms of computing power and intelligence into the systems. Nevertheless, we have many challenges ahead, which are based on what customers need and want. That's why even GPT is changing a little bit the way they're doing things, and we've understood since some time before that we needed to actually make something that a customer really wants, and this is understand how the decision is being taken, how are we going to use the information in their own terms, in their own timing, and in which way we can actually impact the decision, training, and understanding ourselves as providers that information, so we make sure that is very specific for that vertical, including everything that we have to understand of regulations, legislation, and everything else. So risk is a complicated thing, and we need AI, of course, to actually uh, make better decisions. But at the same time, is about data science. It's about understanding really the questions that we need to ask to the customers, the questions that we need to answer to them.
Awesome. Yeah, I agree on that. And I think like sometimes I use the term that ChatGPT is like the fancy toy that you give to a teenager. It's cool, but what you really need is get actionable, which I think Harvey mentioned when using AI, and that's probably the what we need to focus on just ChatGPT. But I mean, we're running out of time, so we are at the end of this enlightening webinar. We highly appreciate your participation. We hope this session has provided you valuable insights. Thank you again, Harvey. Thank you, Alex. It was amazing to share this time with you, with both of you. And if anybody watching this webinar video have additional questions, please reach out directly to Prevsis and explore their solutions. And with that, thank you so much and have a great day.
Thank you very much. Bye
Thank you
bye.
so much. Bye bye.